This video is brought to you by the California Department of Food and Agriculture's Fertilizer Research and Education Program. FREP's mission is to advance agricultural nutrient irrigation management practices through research, education, and outreach to promote agricultural productivity and protect human and environmental health in California. FREP is an industry-funded grant program and receives funding through a mill assessment on fertilizer sales. FREP serves many different groups in California agriculture, including farmers and ranchers, crop advisors, technical assistance providers, agricultural workers, agricultural supply and service professionals, and academic communities. Anyone is eligible to apply for FREP funding, with the exception that FREP does not support proprietary product development, testing, or promotion. FREP started funding projects in 1990. Since then, FREP has supported over 270 projects across the state of California, covering nutrient irrigation management in vegetable, field, tree, vine, nursery, and ornamental growing systems. FREP has also funded several crop-independent projects. The following video clips are from a current FREP grant project focused on developing nitrogen management guidelines for vegetable transplant nurseries. The project is led by Bruno Pitton and Lawrence Oakey with UC Davis.
So I'm Bruno Pitton. We're at UC Davis, the Environmental Horticulture Greenhouses, and I'm a staff research associate here in the Department of Plant Sciences. So we're looking to develop the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium recommendations. The concentration in nutrient solution for vegetable transplant crops. And so these are the crops that start from seed and then end up being planted as a plug in a field production setting. So in order to do that, we're actually going to measure the total biomass of these plants at the time of harvest, and we're also going to measure have them analyzed for NPK concentration. And then knowing that, we should be able to calculate the total amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that these plants took up over their whole production cycle. And so that gives us like milligrams of NPK. And then if we know how much water they transpired, that's a volume. And so we can actually cut like liters, right? So we're basically going to calculate milligrams per liter, milligrams NPK per liter, and that's parts per million, which is what we have our nutrient solutions in. So in order to quantify the transpiration, I have these weighing lysimeters. And so this is a load cell that measures the mass of this constantly, of these plants. And so if we know the time before irrigation and after irrigation, or excuse me, the mass before irrigation and after irrigation, then we know how much water was transpired the day before. Yeah, so we have power sensors, so we're measuring the amount of light that these plants are receiving throughout this production cycle. We also have a thermocouple in here measuring temperature, greenhouse temperature during this experiment. And yeah, so the idea is that the thing that influences plant growth is light. And one of the factors that affects, that light affects, is transpiration. And transpiration is directly linked to the mass flow of most of our nutrients and nutrient solutions. So basically, the more light, the faster the plants grow, the more they transpire, the more nutrients they're going to take up. And so so basically what's going to happen is we can use the same nutrient solution whether it's winter or summer, and they're going to transpire more in the summer, and they're going to grow faster, and they're going to take up more nutrients. Came up with this project because there's no clear guidelines for vegetable transplant nutrient solution, like fertilizer concentrations. And so looking through the literature, it's pretty much all over the place. With some of the stuff, it's like, cucurbits should get more and, or less, depending on who you talk to, compared to other crops.
For more examples of FREP projects, you can visit the FREP Grants page. The webpage includes summaries of current projects and final reports for completed projects. This is a great resource to use if you're considering applying for funding or if you're searching for studies in irrigation and nutrient management. Thank you for watching. This video is brought to you by the FREP team. Videography skills by Karen Adler and Ahmad Jahanzad, and editing and narration by Nicole Nunez.